Hi, today I will be cleaning this Game Boy cartridge. As you can see, it's a little filthy. There's some schmutz on it. I don't know when I got this from GameStop, I think a couple years back. I don't know if you can see that, but you're gonna have to trust me. It's pretty schmutzy. Take this Game Boy, put it in. Doesn't even start. For comparison, here's Pokemon. Boots no problem. So let's clean this thing. So let's start by opening this up, taking a look at how dirty it is on the inside. You're gonna need one of these. It's a proprietary screwdriver because Nintendo doesn't want you to open their game cartridges. You're supposed to just let them die like God intended. Take that screw out. It's sticky a little bit, and you can see there's a little bit of residue here, so I'm gonna have to wash the cartridge. Look at that. That's gross. This is someone's schmutz. It's pretty stuck in there too. So if I just be very gentle. There's not really a good place to get a grip on this. Just give it a little twist like that. Get it to pop up. Pull. This is nasty. We're gonna have to clean this. Here you can see it's not too sticky. That's a good sign. It doesn't look super duper corroded. Like that's not great, obviously. Oh, that's sticky. I'm gonna have to clean that good. But yeah, shouldn't be too bad. So I'm gonna put this over the side. I'm gonna wash this with soap and water, because that's gross. That's caked in there. I think that's dirt. I don't know what that is. I don't want to. So to clean this, something like this, you're gonna need a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, Q-tip, pour a little bit in the dish like this. I've done this already. See, like that. Wet the Q-tip a very little bit. Stuff's potent. You don't need too much of it, and just scrub. A little bit of force, not too much. You don't want to ruin anything. Just sort of buff up these connectors, make sure they're working right. Give them a good polish. These connectors, most of the time I find that these connectors are the problem when a Game Boy game isn't starting right like this. You can use a bit of force, not too much, but if you don't use any force at all, it's not going to come off if you just rub it. Look at that. Gross. A little more isopropyl. Now I'm going to give the rest of it a quick rub down. It's left a mark on my desk. That's unfortunate. Look at that, it's coming right off. A little more, maybe. Use the other end and just give it a quick dry if you don't want to wait because you're impatient like me. better. To be honest, I don't even know how you do this to a game cartridge, but it's pretty gross. I think I'm gonna need more Q-tips. This one's pretty done, but already looks better. Just give it a bit more of a scrub, I think. I'll do that in just a second. Couldn't find more Q-tips, at least in a reasonable time frame anyway, so I'm gonna use this toothbrush. That's new. It is not a toothbrush that has been in my mouth. Do not put toothbrushes that have been in your mouth in circuitry, and do not put toothbrushes that have been in isopropyl alcohol in your mouth. Just a fair warning. It's gonna kill you, probably, because this is very potent. Just get a little bit on the bristles, and do a nice... just like you're brushing your teeth. All right, so that's not perfect. I'm probably gonna clean this a bit more later, but I think, judging by those connectors, that's probably good enough to see if we can get it to boot. Maybe a little more. Yeah, that's probably good enough to see if we can get it to boot. So I'm gonna pop this into another shell I have lying around. Let me grab one very quickly, and we can see whether or not this will boot. I.e. whether or not I can actually fix this with what I have. One moment. Tetris card. Look how small that is. I'm just gonna put this over to the side. Put this bad boy in. On. Screws are always a bit of a pain. This isn't a very powerful magnetic screwdriver, so you have to sort of align it like that. There we go. Screw it in. That's not very promising. Now this game used to boot, so I am fairly confident it's just the connector pins. Yeah, looking at this, I don't really see... like, it's not great, obviously. There's a lot of gunk on here still, but it should... do a bit more work on the connector pins. There's definitely still some stuff left on here. Some people like to submerge theirs in isopropyl, and I've never done that before, but if this gets bad enough, I might consider it. I don't think it'll be that bad, though. Alright, I don't know, maybe this will work a little better. Let that dry very quickly and we'll see. Isopropyl dries really quick, so this shouldn't take about a second more. It is still a bit tacky. I don't think this should be really affecting the game running too much, but I will go over this again when I'm done. Ah, there we go. Look at that. It's Kirby Tilt and Tumble. Who doesn't love Kirby Tilt and Tumble? Like, it's Pinball Land, excuse me. Yeah, as you can see, it's working totally fine. I forgot how to... Alright. Enough of that. You can see, works. So now, I'm gonna put Tetris back in here very quickly. Tetris. And now, let's go do something about this. I've just gotten back from scrubbing at the cartridge with just some hot soap and water. As you can see, it's not, still some gunk in there. It's not totally clean. It's definitely looking a little better now. Let's take our motherboard. I don't know if you call it a motherboard when it's just a cartridge, but let's take our board. As you can see, it was sticking before. It's a little more loose inside here now. You'd think that'd be a bad thing. It's not. Take our screw, pop that back in. Sure it's tight. And there we go. I'm in fully cleaned and improved functionality copy of Kirby's Pinball Land. As you can see, game's running fine. Wouldn't even boot before. It's sort of hard to play this one-handed. I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you're gonna do this yourself, be careful with isopropyl alcohol. It's a very powerful cleaning agent. It's not something you mess with unless you're an idiot like me. Or just be careful, I guess. Well, thanks for watching. I guess I'll play Kirby's Pinball Land now.